Hey guys, this is Frenzy bringing you a game from Intel Extreme Masters Tournament in New York between DRG spawning as the teal Zerg in the bottom right position and TT1 spawning as the pink Protoss in the bottom left position. Already we can see what the Zerg is going to do. He's up to 150 minerals. He has not built a drone. This is going to be a 6 pool on Tal'Darim Altar. So we'll have to see if TT1 can actually deal with this. I'm guessing he's going to be forced to either lose his natural or lose his main, because I don't think he's actually going to be able to get this wall off complete before the 6 pool hits. But nonetheless, even if he does, he'll be in an okay position considering the 6 pool is so all in. He is going up to 7 drones now. He's trying to, set up somewhat of a transition out of this. And this probe is going to come in here and scout first, so that's going to help him a lot right now. He should get clued into where TT1 is because of this quick scout, and should generally go towards his opponent first. It looks like he will be scouting over. He will not be scouting that correct position first, but because of that quick probe scout, if you scout this area, you're going to go to this area with your Zerglings as it is. Now we see the forge being built, and I'm wondering how he expects to deal with this. He should be cutting probe production, in my opinion, just to try to get up this wall off, but I don't exactly know how you're supposed to wall this off exactly for a 6 pool to actually not be effective. He is continuing to build probes, and that's keeping his money quite low, so he will not be able to get this wall off. And these Zerglings are about halfway there. And I think this is an alarm signal for TT1, because I don't know how he's actually going to be able to deal with this. He is droning up now behind this, so he knows he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. He should focus down this pylon, in my opinion. I think that would be completely GG. It looks like he's just going to build the cannon at his main base, and that will keep him alive from the Zergling harassment for right now. And going to do a little bit of damage, probably going to get out of there with these Zerglings and just be able to deny this. So that's kind of how you deal with, I suppose, a 6 pool in this position. I didn't actually know, because I never 6 pool and I don't play Protoss, so he's going to be able to get that pylon, get that forge. That's going to put him in an okay position. It's 12 harvesters to 20 right now. But he's got full map control with these Zerglings, and he's pretty much forcing TT1 to stay in his base for the time being. At the same time, I feel like Banelings would be absolutely amazing here, going into this cannon and taking out probes as the cannon gets killed. I think it would be a pretty good idea, but I think he's probably just going to try to transition into a normal game from here. Looks like he does find a little bit of surface area on this gateway. Going to pull off a couple probes to try to do a little bit of damage, but and going to take down one of these Zerglings here. Looks like he's just going to focus down this gateway until it falls, but the Zealot will get out, and that will stop this little harassment from actually continuing any further. And now we see gas just being mined now for DRG. Looks like he's probably going to go for that Zergling speed. And actually, he could just chrono out Zealots and Stalkers right now and probably put on a lot of pressure while DRG is trying to drone up and trying to get his natural expansion online as well. But it looks like he's just going to take his expansion of his own, which is, I suppose, a decent idea as well. And going to take these 2 Zealots and get a little bit aggressive with them. It looks like the Stalker's also going to get out, going to get 1 kill on these Zerglings and force those away. Now we do see 6 Zerglings in production. That means he will be okay against these Zealots and Stalkers, and might even be able to put a little bit of pressure back onto his opponent after he cleans them up. Going to get us surrounded on all of these Zealots. Very nice micro, actually, keeping the Zerglings from getting a surround rather, and actually going to take out all of these Zerglings here. That was actually very cost efficient for TT1, and now going to pull back very wisely before the Zergling speed actually kicks in. Going to get up a somewhat of a nice wall off here. And had those Zerglings actually been sent out a little bit earlier, he could have actually caught these units with that Zergling speed that's going to kick in very shortly. Well, maybe he wouldn't have been able to. Nonetheless, this Sentry is going to be out, going to be able to force field this off if need be. And it looks like it does get the force field off. And these Zerglings want to get aggressive here, but aren't going to really be able to. And actually get through now. And they're going to do a ton of damage yet again here. Killing off a lot of probes. Still with a huge probe lead, though, is TT1. And these 5 Zerglings aren't actually going to be doing that much damage. It looked like they were doing a lot more damage than they actually were. We do have quite a few more Zerglings ready to try to get it into this main base, but DRG's starting to drone up, realizing that he's a little bit far behind now. These 2 sentries aren't actually going to be able to do that much against 5 Zerglings. They should get a sentry kill if they really wanted to. And it looks like 3 should be enough, I guess. And just going to try to get a little scouting information. Going to lose another one of those Zerglings. Not really going to be much to be able to do there. Now we see these Zerglings going to go to work on these back rocks, take a pretty fast third for DRG, and try to get back into this game economically. But he's quite far behind right now. So TT1 playing this off pretty brilliantly. And it looks like he probably will just go up to a 6-gate timing push. He's on 3 gateways right now with that +1 Chrono boosting. As soon as that starts to get closer, he'll probably throw down some extra gateways. We do have this Overlord in position here to be able to see everything. I didn't actually know that was a position where you could put your Overlord. And actually, oh no, that's DRG. Okay, so this is a little bit of a position that you can put your Overlord in to get very, very nice scouting information right at the natural. I'm going to have to remember that on Tal'Darim Remalter. Usually I put mine over in this area here to check for any move outs and be able to float down here and get onto this third. And now we see a lot of gateways being produced. He's going to be going up to 8 gateways, it looks like. 8 gateways, so he's going to be very, very aggressive here, and this Overlord pretty much sees everything. This knows this is going to be a very strong timing push, and a lot of spine crawlers getting produced because of that. But he still is 2 base to 2 base. It looks like he's going to go for a Mutiling play. And I'm absolutely going to love this play out of DRG because it's currently my style for Zerg versus Protoss, so I want to see how he plays this out, coming from behind, and see if he can actually secure a victory in this game. Having this many spine crawlers, he should be able to defend this early gateway push. But it looks like TT1 going to gear up to take a 3rd base behind this push, so that's going to definitely help him out there. He already has that 1 cannon from the early game into that mineral line, so that'll help him from some muter pressure. And it's about 100 supply to 63 right now. With the Protoss in the favor, definitely not where you want to be as a Zerg. The drone count has gotten pretty similar, still about 5 behind, but a lot more spine crawlers getting produced here. And the Spire is just about finished. Looks like we're going to have enough money for about 9 mutas when that pops, or 8 in the upgrade, which is sometimes a little bit better. It looks like these Zerglings trying to get in here. A couple of them do start to stream in, but might be able to go to work on a couple of these pylons, but that's about it. Might get that pylon before these Zealots actually take it down, but won't depower too many gateways. Looks like only 2 of them depowers. So he could just throw down that Nexus if he really wanted to. We do have 10 mutas in production. He did not start that upgrade. And this is a lot of spine crawlers right now. And he's going to take this base up in the top left. I love this play. And I'll explain why after this attack actually goes through, if it doesn't end the game right here. So So it looks like a huge engagement. I don't think he realizes how many spine crawlers are actually here. And now he's going to go over, check the third. He's going to be like, well, if there's no third, why am I actually attacking right now? And so he should just be taking his third himself. However, these mutas are going to come over, and there's not going to be much anti-air to be able to actually deal with this. And going to come up, and this is really where he's going to have to pull back here. I mean, there's not enough anti-air to actually deal with this quickly enough, and this could actually put DRG back into the game because he was so out of position for this. And it looks like instead he's just going to go for a straight push here. Which, generally, I think this is going to turn into a base race situation, but I don't think that he can actually break this amount of spine crawlers with a couple reinforcements. Well, he's doing a pretty good job. It looks like we're going to have a drone pull to be able to defend these spine crawlers as they're trying to do their DPS. These mutas coming back as well, trying to defend. There was enough zealots to tank for this, and it looks like TT1 actually going to be able to break through here. There's not quite enough mutas out, I don't think, to take on these stalkers. There's 18 stalkers to 9 muta. So maybe with these couple zerglings they'll be able to tank enough to be able to do this. A lot of these stalkers in the back here not actually doing their damage. But I don't think there's actually enough here for DRG. It looks like he is going to fall in this game. Even if he doesn't, he's pretty far behind economically now. And he might actually be able to hold this for the moment in time. And actually both are pretty similar in supply, however, DRG is pretty far behind in economy, as we can see in the drone counting station. And now really you need to get a couple cannons up in your base to be able to defend against these muta that are going to be coming in here. I think that's the only real response you can do, because he's going to have to try to do a little bit of damage here. Now, why I loved this top base here is there must have been like a couple zealots thrown up here, but nonetheless, I love this base because if the whole army moves up here to deny this expansion here, you have zerglings and mutas in this area to just constantly come in for a counterattack. So this base is so safe right now. Way up in this top position. I would also love another base up in here, just bases as far away from your opponent as possible. They're extremely safe when playing this style. Even with 1 or 2 spine crawlers, just to prevent those zealots from actually killing off your hatchery. And so these mutas are trying to get any damage done whatsoever, but I think TT1 has this game. I mean, it's pretty close. There's a lot of drones going up to try to saturate this base up at the top, and these stalkers are actually going to intercept them. Try to do a little bit of damage here. There's quite a few zerglings here. They could actually go and surround those stalkers. So we see these mutas just constantly trying to do damage. But actually did a lot of damage there. As we can see, 55 workers killed for DRG, 25 for the Protoss. And it looks like these mutas just doing quite a bit of damage, actually. TT1 is not in as good of a position as I thought he would be. It looks like a Dark Shrine going to try to be used to get into this back into this game. Do we have an Evolution Chamber? I believe we do not. So that's going to be pretty big. As they're just trying to drone back up now. But if these mutas come in here, they should get a good scout on it. I'd love to see him with about 3 stalkers just hugging this cannon, trying to deny the mutas that little bit of scouting information. Coming in here, pick off a probe, and then just back right out. Just little bits of damage here and there is what DRG is using to try to get back into this game. And here come the mutas into the main base, and they should actually see this. He does click on that Dark Shrine, so he does know that it is a Dark Shrine. And we should see 3 Overseers being produced as soon as he saw that. He definitely needs some sort of detection up in this top position to be able to deal with this. And here comes another move out from TT1. And this is pretty much the killing blow. He needs to do damage here. These mutants are going to be constantly in this base. And pretty much he's mined out in his main, so he really needs to do damage regardless. A nice little blink there, trying to do a little bit of damage. There are no spine crawlers this time. A couple at this top position. And I don't actually see the reason for him to be pulling these probes or anything right now, because it's pretty much GG if he doesn't kill his opponent right here. And I actually think that these Blinkstalkers won't be able to get up into this top position and take it out before the mutas are able to clean up the entire base here. The mutas are actually returning though, however. And it looks like a huge round with all of the drones and the Zerglings here. And these mutas going to come in, nice blink backwards to try to get engaging those mutas in a favorable position, but I think there's going to be enough here to clean this up, and DRG going from a 6 pool to actually being able to win this game. Absolutely amazing play. And TT1 plummeting down to 30 supply now, and that should spell GG in just a second. I don't know what he actually expects to get done here. I would have really liked to see, I don't know, he must have cancelled that Dark Shrine, but had he let it complete, there is absolutely no detection up in this top right-hand side, so. But GG from TT1, and DRG actually going to go up 1-0 in this series. I'm going to jump into the next game in just a second, so if you want to check that out, go to blip.tv/FrenzyStarcraft, and thanks for watching.